G'day, Jordan.
Hey Kieran, how are we, mate?
I'm good. I'm still sitting at top six.
Good.
Still sitting very pretty right here.
I think I am as well, actually, to be honest.
So 19,000. I reckon the top people have got over 20k points easily. So I'll have a look at that.
Probably high 19s, I reckon.
Let's have. I did. Let's
Go
go rankings.
rankings,
Sorry,
mate.
yeah. I'll get there. I'm still learning Supercoach. 20,
Oh,
2600.
jeez.
Let's have a
Oh,
look at this
jeez.
guy's team. Sorry, we're just gonna steer clear for a second. Just have a look at this guy's.
Yeah.
Mills, yeah. Stewart, yeah. Doherty, he's been killing it lately. Ridley, even though he's gone, sort of like his price has gone down. Honestly,
Yeah.
almost the time to get him. I reckon
Yep.
if you don't get him
Indeed.
this week, definitely next week. Because I think he's one. No, get him this week. I'd say
Yeah,
get him this week.
98 break even. I think it's time to bring Ridley in my
Oh,
opinion. But
100%.
yeah, we will go into that later.
Mate, CJ should have scored higher. Ruined him.
Mm.
McRae, Oliver, Merritt he should have scored more, and we'll talk a bit about Merritt later. Taranto, Mitchell should have scored higher. He got robbed. He's got a great team. Obviously, mine's better, but he's got a great team.
Scored 2180 actually. I didn't score
Danaher
much.
and Warner and Bergman. Did this guy forget to trade last week or something? Oh, no, actually, Bergman's alright. I meant Warner.
Warner. But look
What's-
at Joe, but Joe's been killing it lately.
He has
Danaher.
been. Honestly, he's surprised me.
Mm.
Because I honestly thought about bringing him in, and I'm like, nah, why would I get Danaher? He was shit yesterday.
He started off the season very, I think, slowly.
Average, yeah.
But then picked it up.
And then he scored that 120. It's just like, oh yeah, I want to score points now.
Yeah, I want to play
And
football again.
he's
Proper
I want to play
football.
football again, yeah. And he's been alright. I wouldn't bring him in now,
Yeah, no,
only because I
too
reckon
much
there's so
money.
much better options.
There
Aaron Hall
is,
being
definitely.
the favorite,
Ooh.
which we
Ooh.
talked about last week. Oof.
Oh boy,
We'll just start by talking about that.
he's the cult hero, mate.
I honestly reckon Aaron Hall's going to be finish up above Zeeble. I reckon he's racking his points, taking Zeeble's points, which is why he scored lower. And if you look at the 3-round average between the two, Aaron Hall's just killed him. Well, not killed him, but just averaged about 10 more points in him per game.
Yeah.
3-round average 100, whereas Aaron Hall's is still loading is 110.
Yeah. If
And-
Aaron Hall is going to play this role all year, he could easily make another 100k, in my opinion, and I'm sure you share that same opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And I reckon Zeeble will probably lose that 75 soon. Not soon, but like throughout the rest of the season. Like he'll probably finish at around 500 or just under. Especially if Aaron Hall, especially when you have a decent player who's taking some of the points. Like I know Ridley only scores not like in the low hundreds or below that because someone else is taking the kick-ins. I think. I don't want
Redmond
to
at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
My mate was telling me.
Yeah, and the same with Caleb Daniels. He'd score so much more if Dale wasn't taking the kick-ins. And Dale,
It's
been
insane that
killing
Caleb
it.
Daniel scored more than Dale this week.
correct, yeah, because I think he actually took more kick-ins to be honest. Daniels.
Interesting. And that's really frustrating. Like when they just can't keep it to one person, they love sharing it around. I understand, but
I understand. Supercoach wise, don't do that. You're ruining me. But but like obviously coaching the AFL, yeah, it's obviously better if you have multiple people who know how to kick and to do that. Not to mention how we all know Daniel has a great kick, and Dale is now being told he's got one of the best kicks in the AFL at the moment in terms of accuracy.
it's got to his head, mate.
It's got to his head. No, he needs to go. He needs to go. I think we should just bring up CJ to start off with as well. Should have scored higher. Just got knocked, injured. He's got
I
a
think he was off for a little bit too.
yeah. He got it for a little bit. Yeah, he's got a fairly high break even, but I wouldn't worry too much about it because when he's on fire, he'll score 100.
I'd back him in to get that against Carlton this week, though, to be honest.
Oh, he's got Cal. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I don't reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I rate that. Actually.
Yeah.
I reckon he's gonna go alright.
I hope.
Darcy Moore's done alright for me, and I hope because he was playing backline. Yeah, you can
He
confirm that for me.
was.
Awesome.
He just didn't get as much of the ball as he did last
That's-
week.
Yeah, look, I'm not too fussed about that. As long as he went over his break
75's
even.
not bad.
75, that's fine. Because I know he can score. Oh, he's still got a 16 break. Like, why would you worry?
That's good. Yeah,
Why would you even worry? He was such a good price. That's why I brought him in. He's
Yeah.
gonna jump up almost to 450 or something like that. A couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks.
He'll probably go over 400 next week or close to.
Yeah. Well, if he scores 76, which chances are he could be,
We're
26k.
playing Port, so the ball will probably be down there a bit, to be honest.
Yeah. So you just need because does he take the kick-ins as well? What's he?
Maynard was taking a lot last week, but I think Moore was taking some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. And Maynard's he's still a good price as well. Not that
But
I wouldn't take him over more, to be honest.
it's
But
going to be interesting if
115.
Roughhead comes back, but he doesn't take kick-ins anyway.
Okay.
So I wouldn't really worry about that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. I still think that was a good pick for me, especially Aaron. Oh, mate, Aaron Hall, delicious. He was a great.
How good was that?
Because what I found out as well, which you didn't talk about last week, we talked about all his scores and stuff like that. I didn't realize that 81 he was playing in a different position. He wasn't playing in the defense. What I've been told anyway, I could be wrong, but from him playing in this position, he has, which I think is the defense. He's only scored above 100, above 100s basically. I think his lowest was last week, which was 106. Oh, sorry, the week before that was 106.
Yeah.
Which you take that any day, and that's why I think he's going to be a better option than Zeeble moving forward.
Yeah.
Like obviously everyone's got Zeeble. Like I don't know anyone who wouldn't have him at this point, sort of thing. And if you got him at this point, you can't bring him in now. It's way too much. But a couple of people that at even 450 still could be a decent price, especially when his break even's still a bit low, 47. And I don't see him getting a shit score anytime soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Few things sort of happened. What's his name? Green's out. Toby's out. And honestly, 450, you can probably swap him for Aaron Hall, to be honest. He's out for a month at least.
Aaron Hall or even Nick Hind had a killer game as well.
Hines, yeah.
Either one of them is a massive shout. If you just want to swap Green, because I think he's out for 4 weeks, like Kieran said. So bring in Hind, bring in Hall. I reckon they're your best value picks. I'm going to say value picks.
I would say Hall would make you more money, only because he's got a lower break even and his only difference is about $1,000 or $900 or whatever. But if you've already got, like, say, Zeeble and you don't want to double up on the same team players, then go Hind. I mean, I did that, but I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we talked about this. I did not expect me to have 3 North players in my team this year, but they've been great. Unfortunately, Powell's going to go this week. But that's fine. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
And the other thing to mention is that Jones is looking like he's going to come back in.
Yeah, Lockie Jones from.
So this will be his second. This will be his 3rd game. Great break even. He just needs that another game sort of thing. Unfortunately, I went Frederick over him, who's now got a break even of 71.
This is the thing, though.
Which I hope he comes in.
With poor players, though, are we going to be able to trust him? We thought we could trust Ken Hinkley with Frederick. Can we trust him with Lockie Jones? Is he coming in for a week? Is he going to be out again? Or is he going to be a medical sub?
Exactly.
It's too much of a grey area for my liking.
It's more... Like, he could probably make his money for the rest of the season, but it might be like your last trade in the finals to get rid of him. So, like, if you're looking for someone who you want to make cash quickly, you'd have to go Poulter or the Collier Dawkins if you haven't got him already. Because there's no point. There's honestly no point, to be honest.
The 2 medical sub games for Frederick have really stuffed up his cash generation.
Had a bit of mic issues there, but I'll edit that out. We were talking about Kelly. So Kelly, I reckon, is pretty much time to get 124 average, which is honestly up there for the last 3 games.
3-round average of 124 is insane.
And considering before that he was scoring under, his closest game was 100 to getting over 100 sort of thing. Yeah. Now sort of the time to get him. Honestly, last week was the time to get him, but oh well. He's still, I reckon he's got to be a solid pick, especially when like 10,000 teams is great. But if you're the only person who has him in your leagues and that's all you care about, then you'll be laughing, sort of thing.
That's so good.
Should be a great pod for you.
Yes,
but
indeed. Absolutely.
Actually, there's a few other people we're going to talk about as well. One of them being Merritt. How do I spell Merritt?
Merrat.
I got it.
T. Here we go.
So he had a very average game, 64, which is obviously his lowest score after having a decent one. Break even 144. He's going to drop potentially under 500.
Imagine he does. And I've got him at the moment, so that's why I thought I'd just suggest him for those listeners out there that were thinking about bringing him in.
Correct, yeah.
Hold off a couple of weeks because that 64 is going to be in his system for a couple of weeks.
And the other thing I will say as well is if you have, say, 100 something K cash just remaining after doing a couple trades, that's potentially a Jordan to Merit situation, basically.
Indeed.
Jordan's like the last person you get rid of. Last person you get rid of. But you're supposed to get rid of him for the high premium sort of things. Like, yeah, Jordan's scoring 96, but Merit just last week, the week before that, scored 130. And, like, I'd rather have Merit than Jordan, but obviously it's just a luxury, not a luxury trade, but it's more of a trade that, just a late game trade, basically.
Yep, I gotcha. Very true.
And I'm so glad I brought in Jordan. I think it was like the second round or something that I brought him in, because I didn't start off with him.
Same with me.
And I actually think I brought him in the third round, because I think he went up a price a bit, and I brought him in.
So I brought him in second week, so I've had him since 123k.
Yeah. The other two people that have done that looking to sort of get is Mitchell and Fife. Mitchell, I think went up in price.
Yeah, he did.
Fife still got a chance of making 138. Let's be honest, but if he has another average game, say another 80 to 100 sort of game, he's got a much higher break even. He's going to lose some cash, easily under 550. Potentially a week or two you can get him in, if you want to anyway. I think probably Merit's probably the way to go at this point. Tom Mitchell just needs to have another good game, because I think he had, that 147's carried him. In the next couple of games, he might have a higher break even, but look, he's still going all right.
That's the thing with Mitchell, though. Like, he'll give you a 147, then the next week he'll give you an 80. It's a very frustrating player to own, but he's a very, very good player.
But rewarding.
Brownlow medalist, obviously. So
yeah, exactly. But I think we should get to the trades. Do you want to start off with what the trades you're looking into?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm only thinking the one trade this week at this point in time. I'm going to get rid of Tom Powell. I think it's time for him to go, unfortunately.
I think so too.
He's done us very well, though.
Easily.
So was unfortunately just had a bit of a crappy game on the weekend. Scored the 45 points and break even, I believe, close to 100 now, if not over 100. He'll be going out of my team. I will be moving Laird down into my midfield. Yep. And I'll be bringing in Jordan Ridley. Yeah, who I'm big on.
He has to get in. Basically, now actually we're talking about players now to get. He's probably Ridley. He'll most likely score over 98, especially with the average games he's had since. If he goes back to his original form, because I think even with like the 31, he was still the top defender of the first 5 rounds sort of thing.
He was looking like he was going to be the number 1 defender.
He was looking like he was going to be the number 1 player, basically. He was killing it. Him and Dunkley, who unfortunately had to get... They both got injured. Obviously, Ridley came back. Dunkley's still sort of out. But those two players were massive, like, what-ifs if they stayed. They could have been huge.
Absolutely.
But those are your two trades. I like the idea of bringing Laird down, to be honest. I reckon he's a decent... Yeah. There's a lot of defense players that can score great. Like Moore can score 120. CJ's score 120. Cummings actually done really well for me. And bringing Laird down just opens that up, sort of thing. Opens that up for me.
Another thing as well, we've got to start thinking about how many trades we've got. That's why I'm only kind of doing one this week, so I'll have 16 left.
Correct. Yeah, so
I've got... the buys are around the corner as well.
Yeah, exactly. I've got 2 trades that I was thinking about doing.
Yep.
First one is Campbell and Powell out, which I'm not going to do this trade, but I was just thinking about it. Like, obviously, it's a different option for... I'm going to search him up. For Martin. For Martin. Basically, keeping him in the midfield and getting either... Just because there's no good forward options in terms of rookies.
Yep.
And either going to get... either going to get Poulter or someone who's not going to play, basically. Someone who's worth 102k, not going to play. Because that will keep me with, I think it was 125k cash. And which is very good. Or Poulter in case I want to do another trade later on down the track. But I think I'm only going to do the one trade because I basically prefer it for that now. So I'm putting Scott to the top, which will still be the same rookies that I'm fielding, just obviously different position. And I'm actually going to go straight for someone I didn't think I was going to pick up this year, but I like the price, and that's Heeney. The price loss
great on the weekend as well.
Correct, and I'm hoping he scores over 75, which I'm hoping he should. Basically, usually turns out all right. And the second he has a couple of decent games, he'll lose all these garbage points that count towards his break even and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. And that 110 might just prove to you that he's over his broken hand or whatever he had as well.
Yeah.
Or he just had a lucky game. Who knows? We'll find out against Freo, I suppose.
Correct. Another way I sort of thought about this is if I want to get Martin, which I'm still debating if I actually want to bring him in.
Yep.
Only because, he can score those 150s, but he's also scored under 90s and stuff like that throughout the season, which once or twice is fine, but he's sort of done it consistently, which I didn't really like.
I want to play devil's advocate, Kieran.
Yeah, because 100%, please.
I'm an owner, all right? He scored 4 goals on the weekend.
Yeah.
Scored 121 Supercoach points, possibly had over 20 touches as well.
Yeah.
His disposal efficiency lets him down. That could have easily been a 140, 150.
Gotcha. I will say this, like, so, if you have to score 4 goals to hit 121 as well, then it's sort of like...
Playing as a midfielder as well, pretty much.
Yeah.
Playing as a midfield, maybe half forward. I don't know.
Like, put it this way, if Fife scored those 4 goals when he hit those 6 behinds, 250 plus score, basically. He would have killed it. And that's why I love... That's why I love Fife. That's why I love Fife. He can't kick a goal, but my God, can he score over 100 sometimes? But I'm honestly thinking I may just not get Martin this year.
Yeah.
Hear me out, because I want to bring in... I might not even keep Atkins, only because of the cash sort of thing. Swap Atkins for Dangerfield, because I reckon that's a better player. And Rowe for Butters. Obviously not straight, like obviously to get money and stuff like that.
Yep.
So basically it'll be Zeeble, Hall, Impey, Dangerfield, Heeney, Butters. Because I regret not bringing him in, and he killed it. He dominated.
Yeah.
The other exception will be if Dunkley comes back and still scores what he's been scoring. Then it's like, well, I have to get in Dunkley because he's an absolute gun. In that case, I'd probably go Dunkley over Dangerfield, to be honest.
Yep.
And that sort of means I've got a very unique forward line that no one will sort of... Because no one's planning ahead to say, I want to get Butters, I want to get Dunkley, I want to get Dangerfield and stuff like that.
This is how you got to think, though.
Because the way I'm looking at it is, I want that team for the finals. I don't want that team now or anything like that. I want to think about what's going to win me the final, basically. Or what's going to end me up with a great team.
Absolutely.
And that's sort of how I played this whole thing. Like, I brought Steele in for, I think, 650. I'm not even worried about that. Because he's turned, like, he's had a... Because I think I brought him in after this round, to be honest. He's had a pretty average thing. But he's just scored me... He scored me 113. It was not bad, but... Look, the second he starts scoring... Actually, now's probably time to bring in Steele, to be honest. Because he can easily score that. And it's just a matter of time of when, basically.
That's exactly right.
So that's a trade I'm going to go. I like just sort of getting rid of one rookie a week at this point.
Yep.
And if that means getting in, obviously getting in Heeney for Powell was sort of a no-brainer for me. I could have gone in Martin, but I think... Yeah, I think I'm not going to go Martin. I think my next goal is to probably get rid of Scott, McNeil, Campbell, or someone like that. Like 2 of those players and try and get someone decent.
I was just going to say, you've got 3 rookies on your field, so do I. We're in a pretty good spot, I reckon, mate.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
3 rookies on your field as well. 3 upgrades. Yeah.
The other thing as well, as I say, is 16 trades left as well, which is good. Basically. I rate that.
You haven't used half your trades yet, basically.
And I've got 15 trades basically to get rid of 3 rookies.
Yeah.
For basically guns sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like the 3 players that I'm looking at are very high priced. So if I get rid of Atkins for, say, Dunkley if he comes back, and Rowe for Butters if he comes back, that's like basically a mil worth of a mil of money that I need to find out to get rid of these 2. Yeah. The 2 trades is fine, but I need to find the money somewhere.
Think of it this way as well, because we've got the same trades left as well. In my opinion, I reckon if you had 6 trades left for finals, that could be a fair bit. I think you're in a good spot if you have...
I thought they were saying that could be too much sort of thing. But
yeah, no, as in like you're in a good spot. If you have 6 trades left for finals, you're in a good spot.
Like I know last season it sort of got me that the trades... I didn't have any trades going into the first final. I had 4... I had 1 trade left. I had 4 people in my forward line not playing. So I had these two not playing, and I had two guys that I basically got rid of for money because they played a couple of games and just didn't play ever.
Yep.
So and it just sort of ruined me. But if I had that one extra trade, and I could have got someone like either someone more expensive or if I could swap someone down, sort of thing, like it could have basically been a win. I saw what the other guy scored in the final. He scored like 25-26 in the last round, so I would have got ruined by that. But I still would have got there basically.
Yeah.
But now talk about captaincy.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing we've got to go over.
Do you want to talk about yours? Because yours is very unique.
Very. Yeah, I'm going very, very it is kind of left field, I'm going to say.
Yeah. As in, do you want to bring it up? Because I know you're going to kill it this week.
No, I'm going to bring it up.
Okay, bring it up. Sure.
So I am at the moment thinking of putting the VC on Clayton Oliver.
Mm-hmm. Oh, killing it lately.
I think that's absolutely, he is killing it. Yes.
I think you almost have to do that. Like at this point, his
round
average 127.
Look what he scored against Adelaide Oval last year. Go up a bit more.
Sorry. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah. Okay. Bring him in. I'd say you have to bring him in at that point. Or not bring him in, just VC in basically.
Like, not that I'm saying he's going to score that again, but like even if he scores like another 140, I'll take it.
Oh, correct. Easily.
Only thing with that is I've put the C on McRae, so I'm going to have to see how Oliver's going.
Yeah.
Because he's playing 435. If he's trekking well at
three-quarter time or so, yeah.
I will loophole via Waterman or Paul Hunter if he's not playing. Someone like that. Otherwise, if Oliver is not scoring well, I'll just leave the C on McRae.
Yeah.
I'm not touching Grundy Gorn this week, which makes me very, very nervous. But
yeah,
we'll see if I keep it this way. No promises.
And my captaincy this week is VC McRae, partly because you said that. And actually, how did you go last year against Saints? Not the best.
Not the greatest.
Not the greatest.
I think he's due.
We're just going by. He's due for a big score. Why not? He has some fun.
Well.
Marvel's great. I don't know where did he play last year?
They're all at Marvel.
Marvel, okay.
But no, he's due.
Surely he's going to score 150, 200. So let's just put a VC on him.
Even if he
I was also thinking 5. I was also thinking 5 as well. How much did he score against Sydney? Maybe not 5. But no, I think I might keep with that. And my captaincy was going to be Grundy, mainly because I don't know how good Landham's is, but he didn't do a very good job against the Bulldogs, pretty much. Considering our ruckman was sweet, whereas
they're going to be rotating. The Port is going to be rotating between Dixon and Laddams. So
and Grundy scored 120 and stuff against.
The thing with Grundy, he just needs to get hit-outs to advantage.
Yeah,
that's the thing with Grundy. He gets the ball around the ground. He's more than capable of doing that. He just needs to get those hit-outs to advantage. That's
exactly.
All that matters.
That's all he needs to do, and that's why I think I'm going to take a punt on him.
I like it. I do.
That being said, what did Gawn score against Adelaide?
That's why I saw that and I'm like,
very average. Like the 158 is fucking great, but I was at Adelaide Oval. Is Melbourne? They're at Adelaide Oval though.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if he likes striking against Riley O'Brien either. I'm not sure. I am not sure.
Yeah, the other thing is that may not have been Riley O'Brien. I don't know if he played that game or anything like that, or
that's true. Yeah, you don't know, but I don't. Yeah.
I mean, we can find out, but that's alright. Yeah. But yeah, I think I might do that. I think I'm liking that.
Like it.
I'm liking the.
Nice.
How much money do you have in your bank sitting there?
Moment, 36.
36, okay.
Which isn't too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm sort of saving up as much money as possible.
That's what I'm going to try and do as well.
Because I want to stack my forward line now. And I want to try and get Oliver in.
Yep.
Most likely at about 650 price.
Yeah.
Because he's worth it, honestly.
But no, 650, Kieran, that'd actually be under what I paid for him, to be honest.
Oh, you had him at the start, didn't you? How much did he start off at?
He started off
656, yeah.
Yeah.
And 96, what's his What's a mid-range price for him? Yeah, 115. He'd probably go 115 or something like that. At least, basically. Maybe at least 205.
Oh, mate. But if he goes 205, bro.
Oh, if you go 205, you have the highest score. You would you'd kill it. You'd absolutely kill it.
Yeah.
But,
interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking of a way to loop. Is there any players I can loop in this way? But I don't think I can. Campbell sort of needs to play, but Campbell sort of play at the same time as Bulldogs. So then it sort of leaves Brockman. And
just hope that Waterman doesn't get named. Because then you can always chuck Aaron Hall or Zeeble on your bench as an emergency cover.
Yeah. And
do it that way.
And I'm thinking... Yeah, there was talks about him. He might be coming in, but most likely next week or so. But look, we'll sort of see what happens.
Yeah.
I would love for him to come back because I'm pretty sure he's still got a low break, even 6. That's probably the reason why I kept him probably since the start. Yeah. Since the start, to be honest.
Yeah.
3 games. Yeah, and I think I remember bringing him after the second game, like, oh, he's killed it, and then he's got injured.
Yeah.
But look, that's all right. We'll
That's okay.
That's my team for now, anyway. And we'll sort of see what it is. There's just before we leave, there's always money in Flynn. Always money in Flynn. Look at that.
What's his break even, Kieran?
Oh, probably 2. 16.
16. Oh my gosh, he's still got money to make.
But the issue is what the argument here is that people are getting rid of him because there's still money for him to make, but he needs to still play the games.
Yeah, see, because Mumford's coming in.
Mumford's coming in.
Out.
They're saying
coming in.
Briggs may be coming in as well for a game or 2. So if that's the case...
Briggs actually played on the weekend.
Oh, there you go. And obviously, I don't think he scored more than Flynn or anything like that.
No
but
near him.
Yeah, Flynn just needs to not get rested, pretty much, or not rested or managed or whatever, because his lowest score is 70. That's crazy.
He's crazy for
him to get a score of 140 and just only come in every now and again. That's crazy. I don't know what's Mumford's highest. Not even that.
Close to it.
But close to it. And he'll probably end up averaging more than what Flynn would. But look, honestly, Flynn, there's money. There's money there basically. So that's how I'm hoping to fund most of my players, and hoping that Frederick gets a good game, and actually keep playing games. Highmore keeps playing full games. Yeah. Hopefully Jones comes back not this week, in a couple of weeks when Highmore maxes out.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there, but yeah, that's right. We'll leave it as that, and we'll sort of see how this week goes. I'm quietly confident.
Very interesting week, guys. So
I mean, that being said, I was confident last week before I got 2,300.
that killed you.
That killed me. That killed me. Easily one of the highest scores of the round for my league. Well, for my league, definitely. But
for sure.
But that's all right, guys. We'll see you next week, and we'll go from there.
Have a good week, guys.
Enjoy.
See yous. Bye.